What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Dragonflight video. How are you all doing? We're going to talk about the trading post coming up today. We're going to talk about 10.0.5. The release date was talked about a few days ago. I'm a little bit behind on this now, but I just wanted to collect a couple of things for you guys to show you. So I'm going to talk about trading post, which is actually really cool. But before that, I'm going to talk about the class changes that are coming in 10.0.5, and of course, the release date, which has been given to us right now. So 10.0.5 is coming January 24th. This is insane. Like, Blizzard talked about their patch cadence and them wanting to get better at releasing content in a rapid pace, and like, this is very fast. The expansion is 6 weeks old now, maybe 7 weeks old. We're approaching that point, and they're already dropping a patch that actually has some cool stuff in it. It isn't just like a bunch of bug fixes. So January 24th is going to be when the 10.0.5 patch releases. That is, of course, in about 2 weeks from today. It's a little bit less. It's about 10 days from now. It's exactly 10 days from now. So that's in 2 reset cycles. Okay, so not this week's reset, but the next week's reset. Okay, so that's when it's coming. And with it, of course, is coming the trading post. That's not coming until February 1st. Make sure I'm clear on that. That's a week later, February 1st. And the trading post is super duper cool. I've actually got some footage of me looking at the trading post, and I'm going to get to that in a minute, but let's talk about the class changes first. So there's a bunch of stuff here that actually doesn't go into all the detail that I wanted to, so I actually went over here and grabbed this. So let's talk about the classes really quickly that I'm most interested in. There are a lot of other changes going on here, most notably things like Brewmaster Monk, Mistweaver Monk getting a lot of changes, Boomkin getting some changes, Prop Paladins getting a bunch of changes. There's some big stuff going on, but I'm just going to focus on the stuff that I play the most, just because, you know, it's something that's most relevant to you guys. So Feral Druid's getting a big buff here. Infected Wounds is going up by about 5%. Rake's going up by 5%. Lunar Inspiration is moving down to like near the bottom of the tree. It's going to share a node with Feral Frenzy, actually, as a capstone in the bottom left, which is really, really cool. Energy cost of Ferocious Bite is reduced by 40% instead of 20. I actually was trying this on the PTR today, and instead of Ferocious Bite costing 25 energy, as you can see right here, it'll end up costing 15 energy. And this is a very, very interesting change that might push the builds a little bit more towards pressing Ferocious Bite as your AoE filler, as opposed to just pressing the one that puts rip on everything. I can't remember what it's called. Primal Wrath. Sorry, I'm losing my brain. So also, the reason that this might also be true is because Taste for Blood is getting buffed. So Ferocious Bite, instead of just doing 3% increased damage per bleed, it does 5% more damage per bleed. So you can have, generally speaking, you're going to have 3 bleeds on the enemy, but you can also have Feral Frenzy, or you can have an extra bleed from Tear. So that'll be a 4th bleed. So you could have 20% more Ferocious Bite damage, which would be very interesting. That might really push the builds more towards pressing Bite as your AoE filler and just keeping Primal Wrath up every 10 or 12 seconds or so to keep the rips going. So very interesting. Although they are also buffing Tear Open Wounds, which incentivizes you to press Primal Wrath again and again and again. We're just gonna have to see. We're really gonna have to see, guys, what this looks like, and I think but it's looking very good for Feral Druid. Let's go to Survival Hunter. They're getting about a 2% buff across the board on like everything. On top of that, Butchery's getting a damage buff. Carve gets a damage buff. Fury of the Eagle's going up a little bit, which is insane because it's already slapping really hard. Kill Command is going up a little bit as well, and Wildfire Bomb is going up a little bit. So big stuff going on there. Just a general buff to most of the damage in Survival Hunter. Nothing like interesting talents-wise. I wish they had actually fiddled with some of the talents, but big damage buff to Survival Hunter, which is really good. Retribution Paladin, which I'm going to be looking at in the coming week or so, it's getting a buff as well in 10.0.5. Big buff to Blade of Justice, big buff to Final Reckoning, actually. It's about 37% more damage there. So it's looking good. Crusader Strike is also getting a buff. So, yeah, I think that there's just a lot of buffs coming in for Ret Paladin in general, which is great. I'm happy with that. I'm going to be trying it out. Now, Shadow Priest also getting a big buff here. Some nerfs to different spells, but we're getting buffs in general. You're going to see that these are just PvP modifiers. Vampiric Touch, Devouring Plague, Mind Spike, all PvP stuff. The big one to look at here is basically you're looking at Psychic Link, and there are buffs to the other spells, but I want to focus on the Psychic Link change. So Psychic Link as it is right now says Mind Blast, Mind Flay, Mind Spike. Oh no, it doesn't. This is showing the wrong thing here. This is actually completely wrong. So right now it's Mind Blast, Mind Flay, and Mind Spike. Those all cleave with Psychic Link. Now in 10.05, they're going to be adding Mind Games, Void Bolt, and Void Torrent. So this is really going to push us, I think, into builds that are focusing more on Void Torrent. And that's for a good reason. I mean, Void Torrent itself is also getting buffed. It doesn't show that buff here. I wonder if it's actually down here. Nope, they're not going to show it. But Void Torrent is getting buffed. I just didn't find the right article for it. So this is going to be really interesting. I think there's going to be a very serious Void Torrent build because Void Torrent itself does more damage now, and it's going to be slapping AoE damage with Psychic Link. So very, very excited about the changes here. There's a couple other interesting things here. Vampiric Embrace is no longer going to be on the global cooldown. Very good change. I mean, you should have been pressing this basically on cooldown anyway, but this is a very good change. You can also, there's going to be a new choice node that makes you take 3% more leech instead of the Vampiric Embrace buff. So we'll just have to see how that kind of works. And then Manipulation, which cools down your mind games, is now going to get triggered by some additional spells, which is very, very, very cool. But yeah, the big thing here is to think that Psychic Link is going to be buffed in a massive way. So big class changes coming for most of the classes that I play. Very excited about that. I'm really excited to see how the buffs feel, and I'm going to show you guys all that when it comes. Once again, this is coming on the 24th of January, in 2 weeks basically, and then the trading post is going to be on February 1st. Now let's talk about the trading post. Let me cut to some footage of me actually checking out the trading post in the game. Okay, all right guys, we've made it here to the trading post. So let me look here. It's in Stormwind, of course. There's one in Orgrimmar as well, but it's right here. It's this circle now. It's kind of to the left of the trade district here in Stormwind, and you're going to approach and it's going to look like this. It's this big hut. This is really, really cool because there's a new Traveler's Log right here that I just saw. Visit the trading post in Stormwind to access the Traveler's Log. Requires active game time. So we're going to do this. Let's visit the trading post. See what you have to offer this month. There we go. So this is like a monthly thing. It's like a monthly checklist you can do now in the game, and it has a whole bunch of things that you have to go do, and I'll talk about those in a second. But you're going to collect this new currency here, and you can get these different mounts. So, I don't even... Fury of the Firelord, this is like a new flail? Frig, man, I love flails. There hasn't really even been flails in the game. There are some flails, but not, like, that common, right? There's a little pet, of course. There's an ensemble. Buccaneers slops, it looks like. Walk the plank in style. Shattered Void Spear. This is a staff. That's looking pretty dope. Pretty awesome staff there. Operatives Bandolier. There's a that's a back piece. Ooh, that's actually really cool. That's kind of neat, actually. Then there's a red version of it. Shard of the Frozen Secrets. There's a dagger. There's some actually really cool looking daggers. You could dual wield those, I'm sure. There's a sick looking bow. Very much like an Ice Crown Citadel sort of bow there. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, it's a rose thing. I don't know why it shows my character with no clothes on. There's a Squire's Warhammer, and you can see there's a time limit here. You got 17 days because we're partway through the month right now, right? So if I had started this at the beginning of January, then we would be all good to go. Oh, there's the pink hood and cloak. That's pretty cool, actually. But you and then you get the scarf as well. There's a bouquet, and then there's a war cloak. Dragon item here to freeze it and prevent it from expiring. So this is another really cool feature. So if you're getting into the trading post late into a month or something, or you're like not able to do the required activities to get the item that you're looking for, to get enough currency to buy the item that you're looking for. Let's say you want this steed and you're stuck at like 600 coins and you want to get to 900. You can take the steed and just put it in here and you can freeze it. And now that is going to not expire, which is so cool. So I can have that for next month when I get enough coins to do it. Okay? So that's a really, really cool feature there. It's right here. There's Dolly over here. Each month you get new outfits and weapons from all over. It's my job to make sure these outfits and weapons are properly displayed. So this will be everything put on display here as well. You can see, kind of get a preview. There's the flail we were looking at. There's the pink cloak. I'm assuming every day these will probably change, which is really, really cool once again. Okay, I'm on a different character now because I've been trying to hunt around for this adventure guide. But you can open up the adventure guide and it gets you to the Traveler's Log. This is what's really, really cool. So here's what you can do each month with your Traveler's Log. I don't want to really touch anything because I don't want it to go away, and it went away on me before. So here's some of the activities you can participate in on a monthly basis in order to get this bar filled. And every 100 of the reputation you earn down here, it's going to give you coins. So there's 100 coins there, 2, 3, 4. It's every 20% of this bar that you fill up. So 2, 4, 6, 8, that's 5 times. You can get 100 coins. That gives you 500 coins for the month. And you can take those 500 coins and go purchase items in the trading post that I just showed you on the Druid. Now, here's some of the activities you can do. Kill 25 raid bosses. That gets you 250 of these points. 10 dungeons, 15 Mythic Plus dungeons, 30 quests, 5 Mythic Plus dungeons, optional Waking Shore storylines. Very, very cool. Dragon Owl's Master Team, so pet battles are included in this. Earn a whole bunch of honor through PvP. Fulfill a crafting order. Looks like 10 of them. So it's literally just like everything you could possibly do in the game. They've got them all broken down. There's even holidays and events that you can do. So each month, if holidays are coming up, like February is coming soon, right? It'll be all the Valentine's Day stuff. Excuse me. So it's really going to encourage people to jump into that extra side content, like the holidays, like the Valentine's Day stuff. Love is in the Air. Apparently, there's one where you can do a Love is in the Air in the Honoran Plains, one that I was looking at. So anyway, lots of examples there. Pet battles, professions, PvP, regular quests. Then there's special. This is stuff that doesn't fit into any category. Hatching of the Hippogriffs. Get a hatchling to perch on you. Again, so lots and lots of ways to fill this bar all the way to the end. And then 2 things will happen. You're going to earn currency, the coins that you can use to purchase stuff in the trader's market, in the trading post. Then you're also just going to earn a reward for filling the bar. So you're going to get this mount, the Ashadar Harbinger of the Dawn. I don't know. I can't really click on it. Oh, there we go. Never mind. I can. Look at this thing. That's pretty dope, actually. It's like a fire. It's like a fire cat, basically. So that's really cool. So you get 2 things here. Not only are you getting progress towards being able to purchase other rewards in the trader's area there, but you can also get your own reward here as well. So, really like this system. I think this is a huge upgrade on the current WoW systems. Again, this is just going to be in your adventure guide. It feels like your adventure guide is finally going to have some like usefulness, as opposed to basically what it's been before, which is like literally now the suggested content. Obviously, you can look up the dungeons and raids, which is very helpful, but this is like a real adventure guide now. And now you have all these different things that you can do. And it looks like they're going to have probably the current expansion will be at the top here. And then they're going to have all the other things, holiday events, professions, yada, 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 all the way down. So this is really cool. It's going to give players so many extra things to do while they're maybe waiting for the next patch to drop. Or if you just want to break. If you want to break from all the dungeons and raids that you've been doing. If that's the kind of player that you are like me, where you're trying to get your Raider.io profile going and you're trying to get the AOTC achievement in the raid. Like, those are priorities for me right now. But once I'm done those things, once I get AOTC in the raid, I probably am going to shift over and would love to do some collection stuff. I love collecting mounts. I love collecting different bonuses from like the things that I can just go purchase now. Cosmetics is a big one. I love having transmog and cosmetics on my character. So really excited about this. I think anytime Blizzard pumps effort into these kinds of extracurricular things, where it isn't just directly related to like the Race to World First or to dungeons and raids or just to PvP, this is a win for Blizzard. This is a big win in my opinion. I feel like this is the kind of stuff that players want in the game to make the world feel alive. We're all going to be running around doing activities for these different achievements and these different rewards, and it makes it feel like there's more to the game than just getting your plus 15 done every week so that you can get something out of your vault so that you can do it again next week to get something out of your vault. Like that recurring cycle of just, it's like you're going to work so that you can go to work, so that you can keep going to work. You know what I'm saying? That's how WoW gets treated sometimes. And I think that this kind of stuff coming into the game is going to give it a lot of, it's going to spice it up. It's going to change things up, and it's going to let you do something different with your time. And it's going to be fun. Like, getting these collectibles and cosmetics is going to be fantastic. So, huge win for Blizzard. I think this is exactly a step in the right direction that they need to be going. So, let me know what you guys think about all the stuff we talked about today. 10.0.5 is coming very soon. The trading post will be up on February 1st, I believe. And then the patch drops a week earlier. So, the trading post is getting that extra week delay. But let me know what you guys think about this. The trading post, the changes coming in 10.05. Are you excited for World of Warcraft right now in general? I think this is a great direction for them to be going. Blizzard is just knocking it out of the park right now, in my opinion. So, yeah, let me know what you think in those comments down below. I will see you in the next one.